got it. And
Got it.
hello and welcome to the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight special here on JLJ Media. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. And, all day today, we've been talking soaps, right? We just did the Y&R Mini Spotlight, where we all cried on that one. And we also did the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlights, where we talked about Paris and Quarter and all that situation. Those are out now. They're everywhere. You can watch those, listen to those, wherever you find your podcast. But now I have the real deal, folks. You guys were so excited when I announced this. And I'm so happy to have her on my show because she is a talented singer, recording artist, as well as actress. So we're going to talk about all of that on this show. Please help me welcome the woman who plays Paris Buckingham, Diamond White. Hello, Miss Diamond.
How are you today?
Good. So as people are coming in chatting, come on in, folks. The water's fine. They're already saying your hair is beautiful, and so are you, period, Amaya says. They're already saying that already. Yes, we're going to talk about all that. But I want to ask you one question first, if this is true or not.
Okay.
Were you born on New Year's Day?
Yeah, that is the day that I came to the world.
So literally every new year is a new year.
Yeah, full restart every year.
So what was that like? What was it like for you growing up having birthdays? Like, I know anybody whose birthday's near Christmas and New Year's is always a weird thing. So how's that for you?
Well, growing up, it wasn't fun because I wasn't 21. And also I feel like on people's birthdays, it's like, oh, I want to be celebrated. And it's like, sometimes it just kind of flies under the radar. But through getting older and getting the right group of friends, they always make me feel special, like equally as special as New Year's. So I found my people and they always make me feel special about it now.
I know it's just my birthday falls on Mother's Day every other year, so it's always, I got to share it with mothers and grandmothers, and it's like, what's my birthday too? They're like, whatever, it's Mother's Day.
So we love you're not invited into this conversation.
Exactly. But we love our mothers. We do love our grandmothers. I do. But yes, it's kind of funny. Everybody's coming in chat room. Hello, everybody. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat room. I'll see what's going on. My two co-hosts want to say hello to you, and that's Amanda and Tammy. They love you. Just want to say hello to you.
Amanda and Tammy.
They want to say they love you. And it's over them. Okay, so I want to start out with your music. So folks, we're going to start with her music because it's really good. You put out an album last year called Summerland, which is really good. But there's a song you remixed. I'm going to attempt it so folks, you can hear it. Let me know. Zoom sometimes is weird, but I love this remix.
My eyes. Yes.
This song is so good.
Thank you. The guy who
folks,
his name is
it's called Cover My Eyes remix. It's with OK Chris and Diamond. Oh, she's popular right now.
Sorry. How do I turn that off? Okay.
It's fine. So, but the song, it's on Spotify. Follow her on Spotify. I'm following her on Spotify. Follow her on Spotify. She's a very fine artist. But it's called Cover My Eyes. The original version's on her album. But this remix, I just thought, wow, you went all out trancey dance, everything. So I just want to tell you, I love it. I'm playing it every day. I love it. This whole week playing it.
Thank you. We have to shout out OK Chris. He's the guy who remixed it. He's incredible.
Yes, OK Chris. It was more than OK Chris. It was more than that.
It gives me very much like New York club vibes, and
yes.
Literally, New York is one of my favorite places. So as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, this is coming out.
New York is my magic place. My family's from New York. That's my magic place. I always say, and I used to club back in the 90s at the Tunnel and always played like Limelight. I did all that back in the day. But I did. I mean, New York to me always had a real club scene compared to other cities.
Yeah. Right? It's genuine there.
Yeah, it is. It's a lifestyle. It's like a lifestyle there.
Yes.
In this big hung. What else do you like about New York? I'm actually because I just New York Fest for a second. What do you like about New York?
Well, I'm from Detroit, and living out in LA, a lot of people are not very upfront about what they're actually feeling. So I spent a week in New York, and I felt like my hood side came out a little bit more, and I really liked that because my siblings always make fun of me for being like, "Oh, you're so valley." It's like, listen, man. but I want to spend a year in New York and take some time there because I find the people to be very beautiful and real. So it's
Very
nice.
direct, and they do. I always tell my family who's from New York, they'll accept you in. If I said Diamond's my girl, take her in, they'll take you in, but they'll also treat you like they treat family. They will tell you everything they feel exactly.
Yeah. And that's rare and it's needed, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Folks are saying they loved you since the X Factor.
Ooh.
Heather Johnson's from Detroit. You're the third person I've actually interviewed this week from Detroit originally. So
really?
Yeah. So what do you think it is about Detroit? I mean, it's your home, and
I mean, it's Motown, the music there. Like when you come from Detroit, there's a sense of soul. I mean, we have Eminem, Madonna, like Michael like come on. There's so much there. I don't know. It's I guess a breeding ground for like really talented people. But I live off of 8 Mile, which is like, you know, the Eminem.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I miss it and I miss my family, but yeah, I don't know. There's just something about, I guess, the history there of Motown. It's in you already.
So when you're growing up, you felt it. I mean, the city you feel that. There's also cars are from Detroit. So there's a car.
Oh yeah.
So you felt that the Motor City, right? So you felt that growing up.
Yeah, a little. Like I was born with like a musical inclination. Sorry, sometimes I have a stuttering problem.
Yeah, that's fine. Good.
But yeah, I think that you are like I moved when I was around 7 because my mom had started putting me in competitions around like singing competitions, and I'd win. So my granddad drove me to New York and I auditioned for The Color Purple and I ended up booking it, even though I was way too young to be in that show. They had me do it, and ever since then I kind of been bouncing around America. But yeah, Detroit has, you feel it.
Yeah. But yeah, you've done a lot of different things. I want people to understand that she comes to a soap opera, but she's been doing a lot of stuff, varied things around, you know, out there. And they mentioned X Factor. So what is one thing you took away from that whole experience?
Kind of getting used to rejection is like important in life and in like the entertainment industry, but I feel like that made me stronger. Especially I was 12. I'm 23 now, so I learned a lot about the industry, and if that didn't break me, then nothing can, you know. Right. So I learned how to just like, you know, take no, come back, do better, and move forward.
Yeah. Was it nerve-wracking though? Because it's a competition show that's televised. It's, you know, it's all this stuff. I mean, how was that?
I wasn't even thinking about the competition part, man. Like everybody, my season, everybody was close. Like we didn't care about the competition. We were like, hey, like, what song are you doing this week? And we're like, oh, I hate this song, but I gotta do it. I don't have any options, man. Yeah. Like we had a good time. It was fun. I was also a kid, so like I didn't really care about, you know, competing, you know.
That makes sense. You guys had a camaraderie. You were there for the stuff. Sheree actually wants to know, do you keep in touch with anybody from X Factor your season?
Yeah, I keep in touch with B, Aaron, Carly, Normani, Josh. He was from the season after me. But we're all super in the loop with each other.
I like that. That's very cool. I love that. It's like, you don't have no group text or anything like that. We just keep in touch here and there, right?
Yeah, when we see each other at events, it's like, bro, did I tell you? Like, and we like we'll go. I was at Coachella with Josh last week, and he played me his EP, and I was just like, dude, this is crazy. Like when we link up, it's always family.
Oh, I love it. It was only going to school. Everyone's just sending you love in the chat. They're just like, love you, Diamond. I'm so proud of you, Diamond. Yeah, they give you the show you love, girl. And also, they're mentioning the Tyler Perry Boo movie.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe she was in that. I remember, like, oh my God, you were in that. So you worked for the Tyler Perry machine. How was that like?
It prepared me for doing soaps. literally.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
Because
please.
the way that he shoots, you get one take, you ad lib, you mess up and you keep going, and it's very fast paced. We shot the whole movie in a week, maybe not even, maybe 3 days. So, I mean, when you're shooting films, it could take months. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of because, you get directors and they're like, do it again, to use every different like take you could possibly get. But with Tyler, he knows what he wants. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, he cuts it and he moves on. And that's exactly how it is shooting Bold very
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of different takes. Yeah, and Tyler, he works at a lightning pass. I mean, he's writing everything, he's producing it, directing it. He has other shows going on. Like it's just like, here you go.
Yeah.
Hamster wheel next. Hamster wheel
Yeah.
next. Yeah,
Yeah.
you and that. And you were also on Empire too, weren't you?
Yeah.
I love Empire. That was my show.
Me too. I'm
like
obsessed.
Right. So like I said, she's been around, folks. She's been doing stuff, been around. Okay, so we'll go to Vice before we move on to that. Any new music coming out this year? Anything you're working on this year?
Yeah. My album is coming out in June, or music is dropping in June. As well as like Moon Girl. That's also going to be happening in June. Lots of exciting things in the summertime.
So follow her on stuff. Follow her on Spotify. Follow her, and you'll see what she's working on. She'll be telling you what she relaxed and do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Also want to ask you a quick thing. What is it like? Tyler Perry's mostly Black cast. Mostly, what's it like to work with a mostly Black cast? Just because we don't have that very often. It's happening more and more now, but it's not that often we have that.
I mean, there've been 2 sets that I've felt. Well, honestly, I have anxiety, so it's kind of hard for me to like be around, because we didn't have a lot of time to spend together. But I was freaking out because in the first movie there's like Bella Thorne and Liza Koshy, and I was like, I've seen these people, like, and for me, like, I felt like I had to carry, like, I just had to be a mean person, but but it was cool. Like, they were super sweet and cool and included me in everything. I also didn't go to high school, so I don't have really good like social skills, I guess. But just being on a Black set, just working with Tyler in general, I was like on my P's and Q's.
I'm sure, right? All right.
Yes. And then on Dear White People, that was another mostly all Black cast. And that one I bonded with the cast. Like, I love working with people that lack, or that's filling what's lacking in representation. Because I would have loved to be like, 12 or 7 or something and see my skin tone, which now it's changing a little bit.
A little bit.
But it's just nice to be around people that are the shades. Like, it's just nice to see, and I hope it continues to get more, I guess, mainstream. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the projects you've worked on, they were like, I was saying Empire, they were kind of like they were mainstream kind of projects that featured mostly Black cast, Black writers, Black directors, Black, I mean, we don't see that now. It's starting to happen. There's a lot out there. It's starting to get attention.
Yeah, and I think it's important. Like, I feel like casting directors, well, maybe a few years ago, you'd read for a role and it's like, oh, it's a Black girl, but they end up choosing like a biracial girl. It's like, oh, this is Black enough. And it's like, no, I want to see me. I want to see someone who looks like me. And that goes into the hair thing, Yes,
it does. Let's talk about it, girl. I want to talk about it. I'm like, come on, people. Come on. Your hair has been a conversation since you came on.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? Since you came on. It's been a major, people loving it, not loving it. What's going on? What's this? Why does she have long hair? Well, like, literally, your hair has been a topic since you had the pink hair. And your hair's been conversation the whole time.
Yeah. I will say, I didn't really, I messed up. I like to do everything by myself. So I bleached my hair myself. I cut my hair myself.
Okay.
And so I was going for a more pastel pink. That
Oh, funny.
ended up happening. No, it
No.
didn't. It was very bright. I wasn't a big fan of that, but I was like, I'll go with it because, like, I don't know. Again, representation. I'm Black and I change my hair all the time. Like, it's just a part of our culture.
It
That's it.
is.
I mean, sure, like have a conversation about it, but be willing to learn and not attack, you know? That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, the Black folks in the chat were agreeing with you. They're just like, your hair is beautiful, the braids are beautiful, it's our crown. No, it's one of those things, and I will say as a person who, I'm a fan of the show, and I'm also a reporter on the show, of course. I work with both the beautiful and the reporter on the show. But for me, seeing you, it was like nice because there was a different change. Because I know girls who look like you off camera, who do color their hair and do have short hair and do have baby waves. So I know people who have that kind of hair. And same thing with braids and with cutting your hair blonde. It's like Black women do it all the time. And I just noticed that on a lot of this, we have a bunch of Black folks on soaps these days. The way the soaps are, Days Are Our Lives, General Hospital, but there's some Black folks everywhere. But the women, yes, men get away with stuff a little more. We do. We get
yeah.
But the women, you and one of the girls over plays Trina on GH, where you guys have these braids, and people are just like, well, but Black women change their hair. I mean, like it looks like an accessory. It's part of our thing that we do.
You know what's funny is, so when I made the choice, first of all, wait a minute. Everybody thought that my shaved head was a wig. I don't understand that.
They thought that? Oh my, okay.
I don't understand. But okay, so when I made the choice to shave my head, I've been wanting to do it for years. I grew up having perms, and I'd never known my real hair pattern texture. I wanted to see it. So I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, I'm going to shave my head. She was like, don't do it. You'll never work again. And I was like, I'm going to do it now for sure.
Yes.
And I did it. And after I shaved my head, that is when I booked Bolt. Like,
there you go.
And I feel like it's a rite of passage for all of like every Black woman. I want to see what my curls look like. I want to experiment with my hair. And I'm going to, and I will, I mean, have an opinion about it, sure, but just be open to learning about someone else's experience. That's all I ask.
Yeah, Lori Coral says, these conversations need to happen. I want to learn. Protective styling is everything. Dropping truth, yes, we are. I just one of those things, I just think that it's certain cultures have certain things when it comes to their looks or their aesthetics and stuff. And when it comes to Black folks, we change our hair. We just do.
Yeah. And I'm also a very sporadic person. I like mental health is also super important to me, and I'm bipolar. So if I'm feeling like I want to change something to help me feel better about like getting out of bed, then I'll dye my hair, Like
okay.
It's things like that. Like you have to, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know. That's what we said. You said that's good. No, I think I've dyed my hair blonde too. I've had long blonde hair. I've pressed my hair out. I've had curls. I have straw set. I've done everything. I mean, I've had high top fades. I mean, I've done everything. I mean, I think hair is hair, and it's an expression. It can be an expression. That's all it is. Really, it's not. And a lot of times, it's not anything more than that. It's just that, like she said, she just woke up and like, I want blue hair today. Okay, yes. Well then.
Exactly.
Why is it a political thing? It's just like I just want my hair different. That's all. I get bored with my hair diamond all the time. I was like, I want to change it again.
I feel
you. Hi, baby. See, I had something to say about that too. That's right. That's right. Added 2 cents. So now you mentioned that you're bipolar, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a big topic for there are a lot of actors who are coming out. Maurice Bernard, of course, is famous for this on General Hospital. He has his own show about it. It's great. How are you doing these days?
Oh wow, I'm actually the happiest I've been in a minute. Yeah, I didn't think I would get here, but I'm happy that I am. But I think like I'm learning a lot about life right now, and everything just comes in waves. Like sometimes you just got to sit in your depression and slowly get out of it. And I'm at a high point now, so let's hope it stays like that for a minute.
Good for you. Good for you. At least, I mean, we tell people no shame. We talk about all kinds of stuff on these shows. Like we got to, when people talk about it, it's like then it takes away all the kind of, for you especially, but it takes away any shame or whatever. It's like, this is just life. Everybody's built differently.
I mean, there's no reason to be like in the shadows about, but I understand, especially in the Black community, it's like therapy isn't really a thing. Like you don't really, you're that's a touchy subject.
Yes.
But you know, I have a therapist, and I have like finally like good people around me that I'm grateful for, and it's all about your environment. Like you just got to put yourself in the right environments, and like don't fall on yourself, because like it's cliche, but like the only person stopping you is you. Yes. Also, when you get sad, just sit in it. Like just be there for yourself and breathe through it. I journal, I paint, I write, so I have outlets. But yeah, it's not something that I'm ashamed about, because I wouldn't make the music I do and like do what I do if I wasn't bipolar, you know?
I wrote a song, came out a couple years ago, called "My Opinion is the Only Opinion." I literally took all the negative comments I got from fans, made into a song. It said to a dance beat. So it's out there on Spotify. But it just, when you said that, I had a week or two where I was kind of depressed. Because I do these opinion shows, and sometimes folks get mad at you. They say, "Oh, no, James," they say these evil things to me. I'm like, how can I turn this into something a little positive? So I had a creative outlet. I made a song out of it.
You gotta do it. You gotta find what makes you keep going, you know?
Yes. Can you say hello to Kenneth Clark?
What's his name?
Kenneth Clark.
Hi, Kenneth Clark. How are you, hun?
He says you are his shiro. His heart goes out to you.
I love that word, shiro. Thank you. Thank you.
Lisa Rodrigo says she journals also. It is a great outlet to write. I write poetry, I write music. I mean, I just gotta get it out, just get it out. But like sometimes, but you're right, sometimes you have to sit through the emotion, like actually go through them.
Yeah.
And then come out the other side.
Yeah.
You do.
Gotta go
okay, so now you're part on Bold and Beautiful. You're part of a crazy family. I mean, before you came on, there was Wayne Brady as your dad.
Yes.
Dr. Reese.
Mm-hmm.
I've met Wayne Brady, really nice guy, very talented guy. But then you had your sister, Miss Kiara Barnes. We love her.
I miss her.
Your homegirl, Zoe, plays Zoe. So for you two, was it fun playing sisters on TV?
Yes, it was. It was, and it was really hard. Our last scene was like this really, just our parting words were like actually some of the things that were written. It was like life imitating art, like, and it made us like super emotional, which was great for the scene. But that was real, like, because I knew that was my last scene with her, and we were both like, "Whoa, why? I actually care about you. Like, what's going on?" But I miss her, and I watch Fantasy Island, and I fangirl. And it's crazy to watch her change her dialect, like, cause like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Like, whoa, girl.
Great job.
Her
dialect is good on that show. I was like, you can pull that off, and that very kind of. I mean, it's very, very interesting when you're not watching Fantasy Island. She plays a whole different character, like a whole different. She's not Zoe.
But yeah, it was super fun. She made me feel very comfortable, and yeah, I enjoyed working with her a lot. I hope I see her soon, because that'd be great. A little reunion moment.
So here's my question to you, as in character. Mm-hmm. So she always seemed to like want to warn everybody that, you come on, the parents comes on, always wants what I have, and always what I have. It's always kind of, so is Paris the sane one in the family? Or is she a little cuckoo too? Like, what's going on there? Is Zoe right?
Hey, man. I mean, we know who the parents are. So all of us have a little something going on.
Yes.
But like I said, you know who the parents are.
Well, we got the great Cassandra Creech, who plays your mom, Grace. I love her.
fantastic woman. We had, oh my God, she cried. We were having this conversation in hair and makeup, and I was like, she's just like, she's a hippie in real life, and it's like really beautiful to see. Like, I love when people surprise me. I would have never guessed that she's just like this earthy like person, and she was talking about, you know, dogs and started crying, and I was like, oh my God, I love you.
Yeah. You guys have had some really powerful scenes together.
Yeah.
And I always look at it two ways: just regular characters, but it also has Black characters. Because I know there are certain things that I'm old. I could not talk to my mother a certain way. I mean, there's certain things I would not say to my Black mother. So I always kind of watch it. And yeah, I'm like, so there's some scenes I was like, is Grace gonna snatch you out of there? Like, what's gonna
Listen, I would have been dead.
Exactly, right? You talk to your mother that way?
Ooh. But I think, see, the one thing about like doing this is when I first started, they were like, yes, there are going to be scenes where you have to be like vicious almost, but the whole thing about doing soaps is that every scene is a love scene. Like every scene has to have passion, like something behind it, not just like, oh, I'm attacking you and I don't like you. It's like, I love you so much that it's bothering me, like that I can't, you know, like, but it's meant to have like those moments of conflict. But I've heard it so many times, every scene is a love scene, and that's how you kind of have to think about it. So I think that's probably why she didn't slap me.
That was like, because Homegirl, because you guys were all good in those scenes. You and my buddy Lauren Sainsbury, who's my buddy, I've known for years, who's been on the show many times. The three of you together, I thought, wow, I'm watching a daytime soap, and everyone in the scene is Black, first of all.
Yep.
But it's not necessarily a Black storyline, just happened you guys are all Black. Mm-hmm. Wow. But I was like, yeah, like he's kind of sitting back there watching and trying to be respectful. You're being that daughter, like, I'm a grown woman, I can do what I want. And then Cassandra's character is playing that protective mother. And she's playing this really, and I know there are folks who are like, she's a grown woman, you're acting too much. But I feel like, well, that's kind of what mothers would do, I mean, for their daughters, right?
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you push a baby out and you that child never really ages in your mind. It's just, that's just your baby girl. That's it. So I feel like, of course, she's going to protect me. She does overstep sometimes, but I feel like obviously her relationship with my dad wasn't the best. Like, hello, he stole a baby. Like, hello, like wasn't ideal. So I think she's trying to protect me because she went wrong in a lot of places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Shonda, who's Black, she says, "Thank you, Diamond. I said my Black boy would be in the ICU." Yes. And Jacarius Miller says, "My mother is like that to me, and I'm a guy."
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So we have this joke on our show, the two ladies and I, and Lawrence laughs every time we talk about this. It's that couch in his house, his apartment. We call it the vortex. So it's like, anybody sits on that couch, it's over. Because I mean, Lawrence is hot, number one. Lawrence is hot. We know he's hot. You know he's hot. You know he is. He's hot. Okay. So Quinn was on that couch at one point. Katie, so we were like, well, of course, if Paris sits on the couch next to him, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, and that's literally what happened. I will say though, doing the love scenes with Lawrence, first of all, amazing guy, love him to death.
Completely.
But he like made me feel super comfortable. I have never done like a love scene until Bold, and I was not excited. I wasn't excited. I was scared because also like in my head, I'm still 12 years old. Like I'm still a kid. And then I see Lawrence, he's just tall and big and just like how does that add up, you know?
Yes.
But he made me feel super comfortable. And there was like a day that we were both like kind of sick, but we had to get these shots done. So we're like making out. And then after we're like, oh my God, can we please get tissues? Like there's so much fluid. It's really disgusting. I don't know why I'm telling the story, but he made me feel super, super comfy, just not to even be embarrassed about it. Just like he's very, very good at being like, are you cool with this? Are we cool? Like, is it good? And yeah, I love him.
They said, okay, Kelly Clark's like, Diamond, is Lawrence's abs real? But we know they're real. She's touched them. They're real, aren't they?
He takes it, especially when we know we have a scene where we're going to be like naked, basically. He'll like drink he has a whole regimen. So yes, those, those, yeah.
They're real, folks. They're real. I know they're real too. I've seen a person. They're real. They're for real. He does take it seriously, and I think it's great. Somebody says they love black on black love on screen. We do like that also. We like all love on screen, but that's also, we like to see that represented. Why not?
Yeah.
Because you also have Mr. Metz on the other side.
Ooh.
Mr. Zende plays Zende. I'm like, he's hot too in a very different way also. So you're like in this kind of triangle, I guess, between these two hot black men.
You know, it's like everybody just loves Paris. I don't know why. I mean,
Thomas was there for a minute too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's Finn.
And Finn. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's been through it. I don't know. Being in a love triangle, that's the good part about being on a soap. You know, you get to be in all these different love triangles and you never really know where it's gonna go. Yeah. But it's like, you know, it's like, whose team are you on? Team Zendaya or Team Carter?
Yeah. Obviously I'm not gonna ask you that question, like which one are you on? Because I mean you're playing a role. But I'm thinking as an actress, you probably can see why folks like each side, right? You probably see why. Yeah, I do. I think that the difference between, so in Paris's mind, it's like she wants Carter because she had a really tough relationship with her dad. So she's got daddy issues. And it's like, this is a strong man who represents everything my father was not. And then we have Zende, who is, you know, obviously Paris should be with, it makes the most sense in my head, but she's looking for her dad. So it's like, you know, she's gonna try everything she can to find that. Yes. Candace Mack says hello, and yeah, you know Candace Mack, because you guys did a Bold Live and all stuff back then. Candace is hilarious. She can't wait for this summer from Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaurs. Can't wait.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she mentioned it a little earlier, so yeah, we're excited. We're totally excited.
Yes.
Now, okay, so Paris does seem to be this person that everyone is drawn to, and we were laughing because when Finn died, your character, when you came out, you and Zendaya came to, they were like, somebody's actually mourning Finn's death, and it was actually you. Like they showed your character kind of mourning his death because you were close to Steffi in that, right? That was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, when I was living at the beach house, obviously, like we all got super close, and of course, I had my fantasies. But I really appreciated them like taking me in. I think Paris thinks family is really important, and she felt like a part of the family, especially they had a baby. Like I was looking after the kid, like he was in their family unit for like a minute, and they didn't even think twice about it. So it's like she has a deep appreciation for Steffi and Finn, and cannot believe it, you know?
I know. When you read the script like that, were you shocked?
I was on the floor.
Like Finn's dad, like why? We're all shocked, obviously. I'm saying for you, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, we were in hair and makeup, and I was like, "Did you read the script? Like, did you see what happened?" Yeah, big shock.
Someone wants to know in the chat room, because so folks, if you don't know this, they film in Television City, and right across the way is Y&R. They want to know if you know anybody at Y&R. Are you friends with anybody over there?
No, but I grew up watching that show with my mom.
Yes, they had a huge African American audience. I mean, Y&R has a huge Black audience, huge. Yes. Yes, George. You talked about her hair earlier, so you think of that. She loves her. He loves her hair. George Blackman loves your hair. And they said yes, they loved when you sang the Baby Hayes. So they've incorporated little pieces of music in the show. When they approach you about that, I mean, is it you're like, yeah, I'll do it, or you're like, yeah, I'd love to sing more on the show? I mean, I don't know if you want a separation of acting and singing, or do you mind doing both?
I mean, I'm just super grateful to Brad because like he's been very like he's allowed me to be exactly who I am. Like off screen, on screen. Like I last thing about the hair, which I'm appreciative about this, but I had like everybody when they're gonna change their hair, they have to approve it with Brad.
Yeah.
And so I asked him like, can I do this? And he was like, I trust you. You can do whatever you want. And I was like, all right, thank you. Like, okay, let's go.
Yes.
But when they ask me to sing, I am always really nervous about it.
I'm sure, yeah.
But oh my God, that scene when I'm singing to Hayes, I messed up on that so many times. We had to shoot it. So, oh my God, I couldn't remember. My brain wasn't doing the thing. Yeah, that was one of the worst days on set because I just couldn't get it right. And then eventually I got it right, but like, oh my God. But everybody has like those days where it's like my brain isn't doing what it's supposed to be. But every other time it's been cool. The Dodgers thing was really,
I'm gonna say that's a bit for LA people, that's a big deal.
Yeah. That was the best day ever. Like I didn't even know they were gonna put in the show, but I'm grateful for, everyone being really receptive to like me as a weird person.
It's funny. It's like I always tell people you never know where things will lead. You get a job or you go a direction, and you never know. It may not be just a strict thing. It may actually open to you singing for the Dodgers. It may not be open to this over here. And you never know when you take a job.
And they had me singing at the Emmys, bro. Like,
I know.
What?
I know. See,
I don't know. Like everybody, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just really thankful. I don't take anything for granted. Just what a crazy time.
Now, folks want to know in the chat room, is there anybody you haven't worked with yet on Bold that you'd like to work with? Oh yeah, we love Annika. Oh my God, we love Annika. Love her.
I mean, I don't know what that storyline would be, but I want to work with her. We have like the best time on set. She's really funny. Like, oh my God, she's so funny. I adore her.
I love Annika. She's a guest on our show. I've seen her in person. She's hilarious, and she's so sweet. She's very sweet. So we got Hope and Paris.
Yeah,
like, about them folks up there.
What could happen? Liam's got to be in there somewhere.
I'm sure. We love Scott Clifton. We do. We don't like Liam so much. We like Scott Clifton. That's funny. Oh yeah, because you actually have been around just about everybody.
Yeah.
You were with the Forsters. You were with Quinn. I mean, you've been around. You've been spread around, so to speak. The character as mentioned, but I just mentioned about everybody. I'm trying to think. Is anybody else you have? Will you ever do anything with Bill, Spencer, or Wyatt?
No, true. That's true. I'm sure the train will stop there at some point.
Yeah, I think we haven't given anything in that direction. So everything in that direction. I thought seeing on soaps was lip syncing.
Wait, what?
So I thought seeing, she was asking a question, I thought seeing on soaps was lip syncing. A lot of times they sing for real. It's like it's just
we be singing.
Yeah, they be singing for real. You can tell it's for real when you listen to it, of course. She did answer earlier. Look at the earlier. She does keep touching some folks at X Factor. You do an amazing job. Loved you singing the national anthem. Loved it. I'm glad Brad said you have a beautiful voice. All that. Tell me one thing about Jacqueline McInnes Wood that we don't know about that you can share from working with her.
Jackie?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She seems like a down home girl. She's
so fun. She's so fun. I Jackie, I could probably see myself like hanging out with,
Yeah.
like, because I saw her at Coachella. We were like,
Oh my God, you saw each other.
yeah, we were passing by each other. I showed up very late. But we were passing by and I look up and there's just dust everywhere. And I look up and I see this pregnant woman just walking so graciously. And I look at her face and I'm like, is that Jackie? And it was Jackie. And she was like, dude, what? It was strangest encounter ever. Cause it's like, how out of all these people here, who am I running into you?
Yes.
And with a baby? Yes. Period. We love Coachella. Like, yes.
Yes, I love it. Tammy Govea, Mike, I was supposed to ask you, what surprises you about working on a soap opera the most?
How cold it is on set every day, and they got me with no clothes on.
Hold on, is it cold on set? Really?
It's freezing.
The sets are small, folks. I've been on the set. They're small. I know they were cold. It's cold. Ooh, that's cold.
And I'm in New York, so I have to ask, like, can we please turn the air off? Like, please, I need the air to be gone.
That's hilarious.
Very cold.
That's very interesting. Wow. Okay, very cool. Okay, because the sets aren't big, folks. They're not big sets. They're like usually pretty small. But well, you think all the lights would be warmed? I guess not.
Well, when they turn the air off and it can heat up a little bit, then it's nice. But in the mornings, I'm walking like a stick. I can't move.
Oh, goodness. So do you have anything coming up? Obviously, I'm working on your music stuff, but anything else coming up that you can talk about yet, or get some stuff irons in the fire? What's going on for you?
I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of different performances. There's one on the 4th that's replaying for Stanford University. That there's a live stream link. It'll be in my bios and stuff. But
yes.
You know, oh, and I'm starting Mental Health Mondays on my Instagram. I think I'm gonna do it every Monday at 7 and just like open the dialogue about, you know, being Black and being mentally ill. Like, I want to hear more people talk about it. So yeah, I'm starting to do that.
Good for you. I think it's a great idea. I did. This one's also sexual. Oh my God. It's a sexual, like for being attacked month.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it is. It's for April. For April, it is. So it is. And I talked about that because I was raped at 18. So I talked about it. I did a whole show on it, and I'm with you. Talk about it because there are folks out there who they feel like they're alone.
Mm-hmm.
In this big, huge world, not everything happens. I feel like everything happens just to us sometimes, but no, it's that you have everyone else has kind of gone through something similar too. So I love talking about because what I get out of it is people exchanging ideas with me and like, I went through it too, or I don't know what's going on, and so I think what you're doing that's gonna be a great idea for folks to go. You know, I relate to what she's saying. The people saying in chat already, they're like, great idea. I think it's a great idea to talk about it.
I need to do it. I have to. I feel like it's a responsibility. Well, not in a bad way, but it's just like, who else can do it, you know?
Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what I say all the time. That's what we gotta do. And as Black folks, it's just a side thing for us, our culture. We're not about always talking about our feelings. Like you said, you're about therapy. A lot of folks like, go to your pastor and in private and handle it. Like, no, we need to talk about it more, put more faces like ours, our brown faces, to help save lives.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just, you know, representation really does matter. And a great support system, yes, is essential for mental health.
Yeah.
So good for you, Diamond. Good for you. So where can they find you on social media if they want to follow you for these or the other stuff?
Well, basically everything's just under Diamond White. And that's it.
I'll put the links and stuff. So just go to Diamond White. You'll put the links in there for you. Diamond, thank you so much for being on the show. You're lovely.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
You're my pleasure. Folks, I'm James Lott Jr. Of course, we're here every Sunday talking about the bold and beautiful. That's what we do here on JLJ Media. But make sure you follow her. She's on Spotify. So I'm telling you, go play her songs. And it's some good stuff out there. Good voice, good music. Support indie artists. And yes, do that, please. And support art in general. I think we need art back in schools. We need art everywhere. I mean, art makes the world better. It makes you think stronger, makes the mental health better. We have to support the arts. Do not
Yes.
let it fall by the wayside. And I know she agrees. I know she agrees with
Yes,
that.
indeed.